Hi, yeah. So I just want to say, like in the beginning, this will be the outline, right? Um, as the video continues, I will actually be showing you a kind of slightly different way, because I realized that I cut off the handle, and that with it would kind of be harder for you to attach the handle to something. And I mean, you can glue it as well, like I said. You can glue it if you want, but I think if you're supposed to cut out of a cardboard, because like the one I have is here, let me show you. The one that you're going to see me with is this one, and you can see it's the same thing, but there's no handle. So I'm just saying that when you're cutting out the outline for the sword, make sure that you cut with the handle as well, the outline for the handle, okay? Because when you have to attach instead of attaching a handle, it'll be kind of hard, because that way it will make it easier for it to fall off, because it won't be as strong, you know what I mean? But if you cut it with the handle, at least it would have some kind of reinforcement, so you can build on top of that. I think that'll be a better idea to go by than what I'm going to show you in the video. I mean, it's kind of complicated. I'm very sorry. I did not really think this through. This is first video. Yeah, it's kind of like, hopefully it will get better. And if you guys really want more videos, I'll try be more clear about what I'm saying and more planned. Very sorry, you know who you are. I'm very sorry. But yeah, when you cut an outline, I think you should cut it with the hand instead, because it will give you more reinforcement. And then you can do the same thing with attaching the nail to each side as well, for the enforcing the sword onto the base, so where the handle is. See, you will see as I go along. You will understand what I'm talking about in the video. Alright, so I'm going to start with the tutorial now. Bye. Okay, for the cardboard, you're going to need a ruler, or unless you can draw freely with your hand, a line, I don't know. Scissors. You don't really need a stencil as yet, I think, so I wouldn't really. Probably a marker and a pencil. I don't have a pencil with me. And yes, this cardboard paper is kind of really, it's not that strong, right? It's kind of like, because I was thinking, well, actually this is a cardboard paper, it's not really cardboard, but they do have thin cardboard sheets, but I did not get it in time, so therefore I'm going to use a cardboard paper. I shouldn't say cardboard. I'm very sorry. I can incorporate cardboard though, that's one way. I was going to use this box, but see, you can get to cut all of this, so I'll do that now. Okay, so well, I used the scissors first. I used the ruler and made a line. See, I mean, if you can estimate what size exactly you want, that's fine, up to you. And then I use the scissors and cut this piece off. I have to warn you though, like when using scissors sometimes, because the thickness of the cardboard, it tends to like bend. You see that line? Oops, well I made that one, but hold on. Let me see. Yeah, well actually I didn't do this one. See, it tends to bend because you have to try, cut in the middle all the way to the top. So sometimes for this, a stencil would actually be the best, because it will cut with ease, The only problem is that you'd have to constantly go over the line. So unless you really mind doing all of that work, then that's fine. So yeah. So this is one piece. I'm not really sure how thick you want the sword, but if you want more, you can always use, cut two and then either tape it or glue it together. Sometimes I don't like glue because it doesn't stick well, especially if it's not like this really strong one, like you have a corner glue. It will work, but sometimes it doesn't stick as well, I think. So sometimes I prefer if like you cut a piece, right? Then you use a tape. Where tape? Like a tape like this. Only because this one, it takes the glue well, I think, more than if you're going to use the see-through tape. So yeah, and you can always wrap it constantly with the tape first, and then ultimately you just get like a sheet like this of card paper, and then you wrap it. So you can do it this way as well. Like, say for instance, you don't want to cut 2 pieces of cardboard because it costs too much trouble, or you can't be bothered. Then you just get another one for. So you wrap it like this, you know. You can try the glue first and see if it works. It's up to you. I can't really, everybody have their own ways, their own way of how they want to do stuff, especially if it's really quick. So yeah. So there, and then that's one piece of the sword so far. And then I'll go back and cut the other piece, and then I'll show you what I did. But I'm going to do this method. I'm not making it as thick because I'm not really going to use it. Probably will, but not now. And I really don't, the space is essential for me, so I don't really have the spaces that as much in where I'm living, so I can't really have a lot of stuff around the place. So I'll cut the other piece as well, and then I'll glue the 2 pieces or tape. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, and then I'll get back. I'll show you what I did. Also, there is another way. Like, you can just cut the flap off of the cardboard box. See? I mean, if you have a cardboard sheet, that's fine. But yeah, like me, doing the cheap way. If you have a box, so I cut the flap off, right? And then I'm just going to simply like estimate like how the sword's supposed to be. Is that? See that? I probably will shape it up, but basically, yeah. And then I cut this in the middle. I mean, you know how the swords stay. So yeah. And then I do the same thing here, right? And then well, you can use a ruler for this, but since I'm not being, serious, so. You don't have to make it this thick because the sword is not that thick actually. You can, yeah, and you can bring it. You can cut it to what size you want. It doesn't have to be this exact size. But this part now, the middle piece, you can use a stencil, or if you want, you can tear a small hole, like a line, and then use scissors and cut out the middle piece. But sometimes when you do the scissors, like again, it will bend the cardboard, and then but after that you could probably wrap it with a paper or put a sheet of paper over it so it wouldn't really show. So you could do it that way, depends, but I'm going to do the other way as well. Alright guys, well I did it 2 ways. One, I used a cardboard flap and I cut the, can you see the sword? Hopefully I get it right. I know there's one, the simple one where it's just like basically like a board and a handle and stuff, but yeah. But this one, see, it was not that hard. This cut pretty neat though because I use a stencil. See? The only thing cut really jagged was the scissors. I had to use it for the outside. That's why I don't really like, when it comes to cardboard and scissors, it doesn't really get along. But I'm going to wrap this, so I'm not really too worried about that. This now, I'm taking 2 pieces, but this one will be different because I'm doing it in parts. Unlike this, which would be easier if you wanted it this way. I have these 2 parts, right? You see how long it is? what I was going to do now is cut a piece here, and then you see how the sword is like parallel. I'll do the same thing here. I'll just cut a line here. Draw it. Can you see? I hope that line. Then it will go to here. You see? So something like that. And then I'll get a piece. The piece I'm going to cut from here and put in the middle to attach the two pieces together. And I'll do the same thing for the end. I mean, although this way is kind of a lot more work, I think it's a bit more neat, but this is quicker. Like, as you can see, all pieces are done, so that'll be easier way. But if you want, I'll just finish this one as well, and then I'll show you. I wish I had someone to hold the camera. I could cut it and show you how I'm going to do it. Probably I can do it. Hold on. Okay. So, see, this is really long, right? But it's not that long. Either way, I can always cut another piece. Alright, yeah, so, and this one is from here, but I'm going to use this for this piece, for the bottom of the sword, and then I'm going to cover it with the cartridge paper. I can't hold the camera and do it, so I'll do the final piece for it, and then I'll show you. I cut the piece here. A small piece is like 3 inches, but depending on how big you want the width of the sword, as you can see, you know how it's going to look. I'm not really sure if I'm doing this right. Sorry if the camera angle is upside down or something. This camera is being kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, and I drew a line where I'm going to cut the board when I tape them together. I'll do it and then I'll show you what I'm talking about.